Have you ever dreamed of walking through cobblestone streets in Quebec City, hiking the breathtaking trails of Banff, or exploring the bustling markets of Vancouver? Well, here's the good news. 2025 might just be your year to make that dream come true, because Canada is not just open for American travelers, it's rolling out the welcome mat. In today's video, we're diving into why Canada is more welcoming to American tourists than ever before, despite recent political tensions and historical bumps in the road. We'll talk travel tips, best places to visit, cultural do's and don'ts, and why this moment matters more than you might think. So grab your passport and a cup of Tim Hortons coffee. Let's hit the road. Setting the stage. Let's rewind for a second. Over the last few years, the relationship between Canada and the U.S. has been, well, complex. Between pandemic-era restrictions, political friction, and even economic boycotts, the border between the two countries felt a lot colder than it used to. COVID-19 threw a wrench into global travel, and Canada took an especially cautious approach, closing its borders and imposing strict requirements. For nearly 2 years, casual tourism across the border was largely off the table. Add in a few trade disputes, diplomatic tensions, and differing political landscapes, and it's easy to see why the travel flow slowed dramatically. But now, in 2025, things are shifting, and fast. Canada's travel and tourism sector was hit hard by the pandemic and its aftermath. In 2019, international tourism contributed over 100 billion Canadian dollars to Canada's GDP. But by 2021, that number had been cut in half. So as global travel roars back to life, Canada is looking to regain its momentum, and American travelers are the easiest and most lucrative market to tap into. According to Statistics Canada, Americans account for nearly 70% of Canada's inbound tourism. So when Canada says welcome back, America, it's not just friendly hospitality. It's a smart economic move. Even more recently, Canadian tourism agencies are partnering with travel influencers, U.S. media, and even airlines to push a campaign. Canada is closer than you think and better than you remember. Must-visit places. So if you're considering a trip north of the border, where should you go? Let's break it down by region. Evergreen Tree, Western Canada. Adventure and wilderness. Banff and Jasper, Alberta, think postcard-perfect mountains. Turquoise lakes like Lake Louise and cozy lodges with roaring fireplaces. Whistler and Vancouver, British Columbia, from skiing in winter to hiking and biking in summer. This region blends natural beauty with city culture. Maple Leaf, Central Canada, culture and history. Toronto, Ontario, Canada's biggest city, is a multicultural playground. Explore the CN Tower, catch a Raptors game, or cruise the harbor. Ottawa, the capital city, is packed with museums, government buildings, and festivals. Niagara Falls, you've seen in pictures, but it's a whole different experience in person. France, Quebec, Europe without the flight. Montreal, artsy, edgy, and energetic, with incredible food, jazz festivals, and a mix of French and English. Quebec City, cobblestone streets, castle-like hotels, and that old-world charm you'd expect from a European city. Waterway of Atlantic Canada, coastlines and culture. Halifax, Nova Scotia, fresh lobster, maritime history, and beautiful waterfronts. St. John's, Newfoundland, friendly locals, colorful houses, and the easternmost point in North America. The North, raw and remote. Yukon, Nunavut, Northwest Territories. If you're into stargazing, northern lights, and untouched wilderness, this is your spot. Just be ready for the adventure of a lifetime. Travel tips for Americans. Okay, so you're ready to go. But wait, what do you need to know before you cross the border? 1. Travel documents. You need a valid passport to enter Canada. If you're flying, you may also need an ETA, an electronic travel authorization, which is super easy to apply for online. 2. Currency and credit cards. Canada uses a Canadian dollar, CAD. Most places accept major credit cards like Visa and MasterCard, but some smaller towns and vendors might prefer cash, so it's smart to carry a little on hand. 3. Driving. Driving from the U.S. into Canada? Bring your driver's license and proof of insurance. Most American car insurance policies are valid in Canada, but double-check just in case. 4. Healthcare. Canada has excellent healthcare, but it's for Canadian citizens. So make sure you have travel insurance that covers medical emergencies. 5. Language. English is spoken almost everywhere, but in Quebec, French is dominant. A few phrases like bonjour or merci go a long way. Canadian culture and etiquette. Let's talk culture. Canadians are famously polite. Yes, the stereotypes are mostly true. So if you bump into someone, say sorry, even if it wasn't your fault. Here are a few cultural pointers. Tipping. Standard tipping is 15 to 20% in restaurants. Smoking. Much more restricted than in the US. Pay attention to signs. Punctuality. Canadians are usually on time, arriving late to tours or reservations. Not cool. Respect nature. Canada takes sustainability seriously. Don't litter, don't feed wildlife, and stay on marked trails. Oh! And if someone offers you ketchup chips, say yes. It's a Canadian thing. You'll see. Political context. Now let's address the moose in the room. Politics. In early 2025, Canada initiated a soft boycott of certain U.S. exports in response to political events, particularly around the U.S. stance on the Ukraine war. This has added tension at the government level. But, and this is important, these are government-level disputes. On the ground, Canadians are still incredibly friendly toward individual Americans. In fact, tourism boards are doubling down on messaging that American tourists are always welcome, regardless of politics. It's a powerful reminder that people-to-people connections are bigger than politics. Sustainable tourism and indigenous travel. Canada isn't just promoting travel, it's promoting responsible travel. Many regions are encouraging ecotourism. That includes choosing low-impact transportation, bike, walk, bus, supporting local farms and restaurants, visiting national and provincial parks responsibly. There's also a growing focus on indigenous tourism. More than 600 indigenous communities call Canada home, and many now offer tours, museums, storytelling sessions, and craft experiences that let you learn from their culture directly, respectfully, and authentically. When you visit, you're not just a tourist. You become part of a bigger story. Let's hear from some real travelers. I visited Montreal last year with my kids. It felt like a European vacation without the long flight. Everyone was so welcoming. Dana, from Chicago. As a solo traveler, I felt super safe in Vancouver. There were free walking tours, great food, and awesome local guides. Marcus, from Atlanta. Halifax was a hidden gem. I expected seafood, but I didn't expect the music scene. I ended up extending my trip by 3 days. Priya, from Austin. These stories are popping up all over TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Proof that Canada isn't just open, it's thriving. Why it matters. So here's the big takeaway. In a time when so much of the world feels divided, travel has a way of reminding us what connects us. Friendliness, food, nature, culture, and a shared love of maple syrup. Canada isn't just saying welcome. It's inviting Americans to be part of something bigger, a cross-border bond that transcends headlines. So whether you're planning a road trip, a romantic getaway, or a solo retreat into the wilderness, there's no better time to visit Canada than now. Pack your bags, fill up the tank, and go see why Canada's not just friendly, it's family. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're into travel, culture, and stories that matter. Until next time, safe travels, and see you on the road.